Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're back on the second dev server and it's time to have a look at a new mine layer for the British. This is the Abdiel, which is part of the Abdiel class, and it's a mine layer which unfortunately got sunk by mines. Right now in the game it isn't actually on the dev server, but it is in the files, and this has access to some pretty fun guns and also some other fun little ideas on it. It is a rank 1 battle rating 3.7 vehicle and has access to 3 dual mount 4-incher guns, which you'll know from other vehicles which are in the British tech tree. It also has a quad 40mm on it, which is always fun right here, the good old quad 40, and then two quad mounted Vickers guns, which you can see here in these mounts. It also has access to mines, and all of the mines are actually located over here, which you can't see right now, but they're actually in here, so it kind of dumps them out the back in a dump truck fashion. The armor on the vehicle, it has 20mm on its hull and 8 on the superstructure. There's 80mm on the 4-inch guns, and then a little bit around the bridge as well, 70mm, which is quite nice, and a little bit around the quad on top of that. And as you can see from the x-ray, it's a pretty nuts machine. It's got these huge engines in the middle. It's got 3 smoke funnels, which is quite a lot. It has a lot of people in the front of it, but it only actually has a crew of 15, which seems pretty wrong for a machine this size. But then again, there's a few other things that seem a little bit wrong about it as well. Remember, this is technically not on the dev server, and also everything on the dev server is subject to change. So I'm guessing this will probably get more than 15 crew, and if it doesn't get more than 15 crew, I've got to say they are some of the best sailors in the world. It does have a fire directive for the guns, 93% measure accuracy and 18 seconds on the fire solution calculation time, and 10 seconds on the update time, so pretty standard compared to pretty much everything else. The 4-inch guns have a really good fire rate, and they work exceptionally well for what you want to do. And then also it has some depth charges on the back. You can see here's the lanes for the mines where they all sit, which is pretty nice to see. Modifications wise, this vehicle has HE for the 4.5s, SAP, HETF, and also HEVT, so this will be able to deal with pretty much any target around the place. The vehicle itself has also access to 40mm rounds, so HE, AP, and standard, as you do. Obviously gets the mines, since it is a mine layer, and all of the other modifications, which are pretty standard for a vehicle like this. You can either take mines or nothing, and the interesting thing is it doesn't actually mention the depth charges, but the depth charges are on the vehicle itself. So I don't know if you are able to not have them, or if they're just not there yet when it comes to its modifications. Usually that's something that happens when it comes to a vehicle like this. But the vehicle itself, the Abdiel, is looking quite nice. I don't know whether this is going to be like some kind of weird event vehicle, or if it's just going to be straight up in the tech tree. Probably it's going to be just in the tech tree itself. You can see the turrets themselves are pretty slow for the 4.5s, which kind of sucks. Hopefully they quicken up a little bit. But with the quad 40mm and with the Vickers, you'll be able to do at least a little bit of damage to some planes and everything like that go around. And with the guns, one of the things I like about the 4.5s, and they're similar to the Hunt class guns, or if not the same, is the fire rate on them. So you can actually keep up a very good base of fire with these things, and just keep wailing on people over and over and over again, which is something that's very important to do in naval forces, and why, at least for me, it's quite nice to see this vehicle get access to that stuff. We can't test out the mines, which kind of suck, but you can kind of guess that they come out the back here. Mines are usually not that useful in War Thunder anyway, but at the same time it's still nice to see if things work. And it does actually get a smoke screen, funnily enough, so you can also block stuff out. The general speed of this machine is not looking good. It's looking pretty slow, which, you know, is not the best, but it'll get up to speed slowly but surely, as it always does. The main thing about this is it's a big vehicle. Like, for a lot of the other vehicles we have in the game, it's quite a large vehicle for the amount of firepower it has, but that's because its main role wasn't, you know, just shooting things. It was obviously mine laying. But if you want to kill it, I suppose you shoot the front turrets there, take out the ammo that's below them, and just let the thing go pop. But it's lovely to see the Abdiel class. Hopefully it comes this update, and if it doesn't, I'm sure it'll come in the future. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd like to thank Forge, Siegebreak, Carrion Crow, Nicholas Richardson, Elove Goat, Pyman, Winter Scientist, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, and also Sem Arslan, Wilkski, Uncle Bean, Derek R., Bareen, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.